Hi, welcome to another video. I'm going to show you some more Depeche Mode deliveries that have arrived since the last time. Starting with the Japanese 12-inch of Never Let Me Down Again. So this has got split mix on it, glitter mix, and the aggro mix. So it's the standard tracks on the normal 12-inch, but it's the Japanese version. You can obviously see it's got an OV strip on it, which is nice to have. It's actually got a little price label on there as well. It's in really good nick. And then on inside, the disc has got quite a cute label on it. Something a little bit different. Big old mute logo on there. There's Pleasure Little Treasure glitter mix on there, as well as the two remixes of Never Let Me Down Again. And then with the Japanese version, there is this insert which has got the lyrics on there for each of the tracks in Japanese language. So that's cool. So that's the only official vinyl that we're going to be looking at in this video. The other three that I've got, and you can see probably down the side, here are bootlegs, or as Discogs likes to call them, unofficial releases. So first of all, very sort of plain sleeved Depeche Mode Pipeline, and it's on the trademark of quality label, and it's got a big old pig on the back of it. This outfit does a lot of bootlegs of live concerts, but not to be confused with Porcupine cuts. This is not a Porcupine cut in any way, shape or form. The sound quality is pretty dreadful, even for a bootleg. The labels are all kind of different colours. It's a double one, side 2, side 3, side 4. And there's the pig again. I don't know if they're inspired by now That's What I Call Music, but originally had a pig on, or what's actually going on there. And inside there's a flyer, and this is the only way to actually understand what tracks are on this particular one. So the tracks on this, it came out in 1988. It's the set list for the Music for the Masses tour. Behind the Wheel, Strange Love, Sacred, although it says Scared. Oh, here. Something to Do, Blasphemous Rumours, spelled wrong as well, Blasphemous Rumours. I mean, the quality on this is funny. Stripped, Pipeline, and then a track that on here is called No Only Yet. It's actually It Doesn't Matter Too. Black Celebration, Shake the Disease, Nothing, Just Can't Get Enough, People of People, A Question of Time, Never Let Me Down Again, A Question of Lust, Master and Servant, and Everything Counts. And it's recorded at Wembley Arena on January 1st, 1988. And other people that they've got on these recordings are Bob Dylan, New Order, The Smiths, Peter Gabriel, Joy Division, Bruce Springsteen, The Cult, Sex Pistols, Bob Dylan, The Doors. The list goes on. And at the top of this flyer, it says, "We're back. After many years of retirement, we are proud to be affiliated with our old rivals, the folks from the amazing Corny Phone record label. Just imagine, if you will, a new friendly rivalry and partnership between Trademark of Quality and Corny Phone, a sort of TMQ-TAKRL. The offerings below, as in the past from both our labels, represent a higher standard of standardness, and we know that you will enjoy them one and all. They're collectible too, as there is only 500 copies of each available, so get them while you can." So it's a limited run of 500. As I said, it's recorded at Wembley Arena. Whether it's recorded actually in the arena or outside is debatable. It sounds like somebody is stood outside Wembley with a microphone recording it. There is hardly any bass on it. It's very, very tinny. It set off my tinnitus really badly. I could only listen to one side and then just put it away. You can actually see on the record itself, I don't know if this is actually just my imagination, but looking at the grooves, you can kind of think this is not going to be good quality. The grooves don't seem to be laid down in the vinyl deep enough. So very disappointing. It's nice to have in the collection as a kind of an oddity. It's nice that it's limited, but I can't really recommend it. Anyway, there you go. Depeche Mode Pipeline. So next, another bootleg, and it's kind of on the other end of the spectrum. This is such a much better unofficial live album compared to Pipeline. This is, and I'm going to murder the French. I did it in school for about a year and hated it. Le Bain Douche, which is actually where this is recorded. So Le Bain Douche is in Paris, and this was recorded on September the 29th, 1981. It's a limited collector's edition on Moose V Records, and it's a red vinyl. There are black vinyl versions and other coloured versions to be had. It's got quite an interesting cover, I suppose, reminiscent of the cornfield off a broken frame. And there's some kind of industrial stuff in the background there. You can see the tracks there. Any Second Now, Photographic, No Disco, New Life, Puppets, Ice Machine, Big Muff, which is, as well as Any Second Now, an instrumental. I Sometimes Wish I Was Dead, Tora Tora Tora, Just Can't Get Enough, Boys Say Go, What's Your Name, and Television Set. And that's one that's never actually officially been released on Mute Records, very early track. Whenever I see Television Sound or track listed on a bootleg, you know it's an early one, and my expectations on the quality of the recording were quite low. However, having heard Pipeline, I was actually very impressed by the quality of the recording on it. It's a nice heavy vinyl on kind of semi-transparent red. You can see my hand through the back there. So it's a nice package overall, and I was very pleasantly surprised when I listened to it. You are kind of transported back in time to 1981. This is Depeche Mode, who actually have to introduce themselves as Depeche Mode, back when Dave Gahan was still pronouncing the band name Depeche Mode. The volume levels do go up and down a bit. Some of that might be to do with the recording, but actually you can hear Dave Gahan at one point asking Martin, I guess, or the technician, to turn up his mic because they can't hear him. So the volume levels are a bit up and down. The tape speed seems to vary a little bit on the drum machine as well. It's very kind of embryonic, and it was really quite nice to listen to in that sense. It's the poppy, bippy boppy Vince Clarke era. They actually get heckled at one point. Dave dedicates Just Can't Get Enough to the heckler. Here's one for the heckler, he says. I think she says, "Oh, please shut up" or something, which is really quite rude and strange that they're in Paris and somebody shouted that in English. So I don't know if it was a joke as to one of the girlfriends shouted it or what. But yeah, it's good fun. It's a nice package, and if I was to recommend a bootleg of the three that I'm going to show you, this is the one that I would say is worth getting. It's pressed in 2023, so yeah, it's an old recording, but it's lasted the test of time. It's pretty good. And finally, you can see it behind me from the Exciter period. You can tell by the artwork on the cover, which is that the plant that they've got on the album. And there's one of the standard photo shoots from the Exciter album. This is Exciters in Cologne. This came out last year as well, 2023 in the US. It's only got 7 tracks on it from the Exciter tour. This was recorded in Cologne in Germany on the 27th of September 2001. So it starts Sweetest Condition, Halo, Walking in My Shoes, Dream On. And then on the B-side, Free Love, Enjoy the Silence, and I Feel You. There's the tracks. This one Well, it's a picture disc, and I'm very dubious about the quality of picture disc. I gave this a very good clean before I played it. The picture is the same as the cover, and the back cover identical. It's a nice heavy vinyl, but that doesn't mean that it's actually good quality. It's a very noisy cut, crackly as hell on the second side, even though, like I say, I gave it a good clean. But the one thing I didn't mention, well, I did mention, I think, was that the pipeline bootleg was tinny, didn't have much bass. This one actually suffers from the opposite, where on the pipeline, you were kind of stood out. You felt as though you were stood outside listening in on the concert through the wall of the stadium at Wembley. This one at Cologne, you're in amongst the crowd. You can hear conversations going on. You can hear people singing along badly to the lyrics. There's random clapping that's out of time to the beat. Dave and Martin seem to be miles away. I mean, it's atmospheric in terms of if you wanted to close your eyes and feel as though you're at a concert in a really bad seat surrounded by morons, then yeah, it's an authentic experience. Not much else to say. I can't recommend it. It looks sweet. If you're the sort of person who likes to display picture discs, this is a cracker to actually put in a frame on the wall. But it's certainly not one that I'll be listening to again. I was worried about my stylus. Anyway, that's bootlegs for you. That's the wonderful world of bootlegs for you. And that's my deliveries for the week. Cheers.